What is up, guys? It's Mateo's 2020 Politics here, and today I will be doing my fourth prediction of the day, and this will be Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, my state, versus Donald Trump, who's also from my state, but is currently the president of the United States of America. So I couldn't find the Cuomo option here, and the whole inspect element thing wasn't working either, so work with me, and please be thankful because I couldn't find the Cuomo option, so it'll just be listed as Democrat. So the reason why I'm doing Andrew Cuomo versus Donald Trump is because lately he's been getting lots of fame. He's been viewed more positively because of his famous coverage of the 2019 coronavirus in New York, the state of New York. He's been very harsh. He's been enacting a bunch of laws, and his popularity has just been going up and up, not just in New York, but nationally. He's, become a more recognized figure. And there's even some speculation he's running for president. In the past weeks, people have commented on my YouTube channel saying, hey man, Andrew Cuomo should run. Can you do a prediction of him? So there's actually been speculation of him running, although it is minimum. But at this rate, him being a bit of a rising star, he'll become even more famous in the next few months. So first of all, I know it's very unlikely that he'll run because, well, the primary season's already half over. And he wouldn't be as big as Joe Biden. But something really weird happens to Bernie or Joe Biden, and they just aren't in the primaries anymore, and then Andrew Cuomo jumps in and somehow wins. So let's just say in some random scenario he jumps into the primaries and wins, and then it goes up against Donald Trump because he feels the courage to run because of all the fame he has gotten. So let's do safe blue states first. So just for you guys to know, Andrew Cuomo is generally a moderate or a centrist and has pretty strong minority support, so I would see him winning Nevada and Colorado pretty handedly just because of the minority support deal. And of course New York. I mean, he's loved here right now. I have to say, even I approve of him personally, but I saw the headline of an article and it is really relatable to me. The article says, I can't wait for the coronavirus to be over so that I can finally dislike Andrew Cuomo again. And it is true because many New Yorkers are really only liking him right now because of his handling of the coronavirus. When this is all over, he'll go back to being the corporate governor he is, and I might not like him anymore. But as of now, I do approve of him and his handling of the coronavirus because he's probably been the number one governor who has been handling the coronavirus. The governor has been handling the coronavirus best in the overall U.S., and he has gotten attention for that. So I got a bit distracted, sorry. I do see him getting one electoral vote safe from Maine, but Donald Trump will probably take that electoral vote because, sure, he's from the Northeast, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he will do well in the Northeast because the Northeast is a bit strange in the sense that in order to win the Northeast, you have to have white support and or be as progressive as possible. That's the way you win. So having white support and being progressive is a bit of a bonus. With Andrew Cuomo, he's got mixed support. He's got minority support. He's also a bit of a centrist or moderate, so he might do badly. But at the same time, he's from the Northeast, so he might actually do a bit well in New Hampshire and Maine. So who knows? And now for the safe Republican states, you might notice Andrew Cuomo isn't doing too well in the Rust Belt, mainly because of the fact that he's a pretty corporate governor. He's a pretty corporate guy, so he won't really do too well in the Rust Belt because of that. I'll leave North Carolina as a battleground. Even though I know, and you guys probably know, it'll go Donald Trump, I'll still leave it as a battleground. I'll make Iowa and Ohio safe. So, the deal with Andrew Cuomo is that when it comes to the actual issues, progressive issues like LGBTQ plus rights or abortion, social issues basically, he's very progressive on social issues. But then when it comes to other issues, he's straight up against Medicare for all. He's for Obamacare. Not even private, not even universal health care, just straight up Obamacare, which is the most centrist you can go. And it's also generally pretty corporate, but is free college. So I would call him a centrist, but I wouldn't say he's as centrist as somebody like Joe Biden. He's a bit more progressive, but would still be classified as a centrist, but some would classify him as a moderate. So, yeah, these are the safe states. As of now, Andrew Cuomo is narrowly leading with 216 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 205 electoral votes. So, right off the bat, I'm going to give Donald Trump. No, I'm going to give Donald Trump North Carolina, and I'm going to give him the Rust Belt, just because of the fact that you can't really see it. Not there aren't too many Democrats out there that can actually win North Carolina. And with the Rust Belt, Andrew Cuomo just isn't populous enough to win it. He's just a bit too corporate. He's known for bailing out Wall Street and things like that. Um, Over in the Northeast, I think you could still see Andrew Cuomo winning Maine overall, but it would be pretty narrow because just the way you saw Hillary Clinton win Maine narrowly, I think the same could happen now. And also, just considering the fact that Andrew Cuomo is from the Northeast, I think he would do well in Maine, do better there than Hillary Clinton did. So, but moving on to New Hampshire, I definitely see Donald Trump winning it. And that right with New Hampshire, a pretty small state, which typically doesn't decide the elections, it has decided this one. Because right now, Donald Trump has just won a presidential election, and will go on to drumroll please, participate guys, don't make it just me. Be reelected. Hooray for the people who like Trump. So we have 3 states left. We have Minnesota, Arizona, and Florida. I think I would see Donald Trump winning Florida. He's generally like there. I think you can probably see. I think I have the feeling that Minnesota actually go for Donald Trump. I know it's crazy, but just thinking about the fact that most corporate Democrats do typically lose the whole Rust Belt, except for Minnesota. That's like the one very blue part of Minnesota. But even then, it isn't that blue. I mean, Hillary Clinton narrowly won it in 2016. And if she narrowly won it, then Andrew Cuomo just isn't going to win it. Because when you really think about it, the U.S. has been moving more to the left, has been moving farther to the left ever since it was first created. For an example, in the very first U.S. presidential election, only white men who owned property could vote. Next thing you know, poor white men could vote. Then former slaves, then women could vote. We had the civil rights movement. Issues like abortion, LGBTQ rights, and gun control are hot topics today, but decades ago, they weren't. They were nothing basically. So the U.S. has been moving more progressive. So more to our left. So in this new progressive populist era, you can't be a centrist and expect to win Minnesota and the Rust Belt. This isn't really possible. Andrew Cuomo, particularly he is a corporate Democrat, so he won't really do well in the Rust Belt. And I do ultimately think that he would also lose Arizona, but very narrowly, because of the fact that he does believe in the American dream. He has minority support, so he could do well in Arizona, but just not enough to win. So that's my final election prediction here. Andrew Cuomo got a bit obliterated by Donald Trump. Donald Trump has 320 electoral votes to Andrew Cuomo's 218. So see you guys later, and bye. I keep forgetting the end recording.